I'm at this barbecue place called B&F Japanese, I don't know, barbecue in Ontario, California. This was a meat plate, and you put it on the grill here. I did the meat lovers. I had sushi. I got some pictures of that for you guys. And I'll be talking a little bit about the student that I had to get off again and some of what transpired. But, yeah, we'll talk more about it. Peace. Oh, you can sit it down. Good morning, people. Okay. I am, getting my dome light. Let's see if that gives me more light. So, I just dropped off the student, and I'm going to give y'all some details, because this is a different type of nightmare. So, originally I was supposed to get a student out of, and we're going to call this student that just got off the truck Lady B. B-E-A. Lady B. Not B in a bad word, but B-E-A. B. So, originally I was supposed to get a student out of El Paso. Then somebody called and said there was a student out of Lancaster that needed a trainer who had a automatic truck. So I was supposed to get a student that needed an automatic truck. I guess I actually extended my home time, or extended my time before I was going to go out, because they're going to get him to Phoenix. And I guess the day he was supposed to get to Phoenix, he contacted them and let them know he was going to take a job somewhere else. So I'm going ahead. I got my load. I'm heading out. And I get a call before I head out from Minnesota. And she said, I have a student there who needs a trainer. Can you take a trainer? And I said, well, yeah, because the guy I had canceled. So, or, no longer with the company, decided to go to a different company. So, what ended up happening, I was seeing if they had one right near the thing, because I get better internet access. They gave me this lady, and she was from Nigeria. She's 2 years older than me, so I'm 50, she's 52. And when I heard her accent, where are you from? Not a big deal to me. And she told me Nigeria, and I told her, I said, well, on my father's side, we know that the slave that came over here was from Ethiopia. So I said, go ahead and stay at the hotel tonight. Let me go ahead and get everything. I said, because I was supposed to head out of here. I said, and I extended my stay because I was supposed to have a different student. And I said, so go and stay at the hotel. I'll get ready for you. And I asked her, I said, can you get in the top bunk? Because she's a very thin lady. She came to the truck, or she came to the terminal. She called me immediately when they got her there, told her I was on refrigerator. They had her on drive-in, and she wanted to do refrigerated. Her background very similar to mine. She had worked in corporate environment, 20 years at one of the major banks that just went under a major lawsuit. I'll leave it there. And I actually worked for the same bank for a small period of time. In management, supposedly she managed an accounting team for this particular bank. I don't know how many teams. I don't know to what degree, but she made very good money. By probably her standards, she's from Nigeria. She said that she met a guy who probably an African guy, because they're very close-knit, and he had told her about trucking. He had made like $160,000 in 1 year, and so she began to research it, and I guess she says she quit her job. Now, I don't know. Like I said, she's 20 years in, and she just up and quit. And I can understand working for places. I work for places I absolutely hate, okay? Made very good money. Went in there every day. I remember one time working for one company, great company. Drove in the parking lot, looked at the building, drove back out the parking lot, went home and called out sick. Just hated it. And so I get that if that's the case, or that might not be the case. I don't know what's truth, what's a lie. I don't know. Anyway, she resigned from the company after 20 years. Decided to come into trucking. Originally had signed up for trucking school. And she originally was going to go to, I guess she went to some school and it didn't work out. And so she found out about my company that offered a academy where she go to school at their academy. But it is a very fast-paced training for when you come to the trucking companies. And it's either pass or fail. I guess there was some drama with the whole process and some of the stuff they were doing. And so nobody passed, and then she ended up going home Then I guess some student filed some grievance. They opened up to bring them all back, and the second time she passed. But she went through some other stuff. She went and rented a truck and a trailer and practiced backing and all this other stuff. She was really assertive at what she wants to do. What she wants to do is own her own truck and run her own business. And I think she could do it. She's a bright lady. But she has some other issues. We're going to get to that in a minute. Y'all know me. So when she got on the truck, she has a very heavy Nigerian accent. So I'm not Shannon. I'm Shannon, you know. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know what you said. Can you say it again? Because I don't know what you said. So she got on the truck. We had a I do my come to Jesus meeting. No cell phones when you're working. We talked about female things like going to the bathroom. We talked about showers. She was under the delusion she was going to get a shower every night. I said, no, not in this industry. I said, sometimes I go without a shower for 3 days. I said, and by the third day, I'm going to find a shower. We're going to make it work. And, my company can do what they want to do. We're going to make it work. I'm going to get a shower. That's the reason, one of the other reasons I left the other company, because I have a problem when you're okay with your driver stinking and being nasty, being filthy. The truck is filthy, they filthy, because all you care about is a load. You don't care about their humanity, and this is a representation of your company. Okay? Y'all can't see the middle finger that I'm thinking about. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, so we had to come to Jesus meeting. No cell phones while working. Talked about if we have to have emergency, go to the bathroom at night, getting off the truck at night, how she can go tinkle at night, and she was happy about that. Now, because she said she ate a lot of fruit and she drank a lot of water. I'm going to be honest, that was pretty much her entire meal, was fruit and water all day. Fruit, water, and vegetables all day, 24/7. That was her yeah. Mm-hmm. Bizarre. Okay. So, that's all she ate, pretty much. And very thin lady. Very thin lady. When she got on the truck, I told her, I said, this is what we do at night. So at night, I'm just going to go and tell y'all what I do. I lay a rug out here. This is another rug on top of my existing rugs that I walk on. That rug, I put it up here in the front of the truck when I have a student. And even at night, when I don't have a student, it's up here. And if you have to tinkle at night, you come up here. But if you have any leakage or spillage, because I use like a funny to pee in if you have to do that, then that other rug will catch it, and it's easy to put in a plastic bag and wash it within the next day or two. So that's why I have the rug, and obviously you can put a towel. So I have like a couple different, so that the main rug don't get dirty, although all my rugs are washable that are on this truck. Okay? So I tell her, we don't get off the truck late at night. I said, we'll go through the fuel out, wherever we're at. We'll go do a bathroom run. We'll go to bed. But in the night, if you have to pee, come up here and pee. First problem. I told her that. I don't know. I don't even think it was a weekend. So she only stayed on the truck about a week and a half. I picked her up right before I left home time. So you're on the truck at least a week and a half. Almost 2 weeks. Friday would have been 2 weeks. She comes on the truck, and all of a sudden, I'm in the back. I can smell, I'd be stopped at a shipper or whatever. I can smell urine. This chick done found a way to piss up on the top bunk in her bucket. She brought a little bucket. And I think she spilled it, and I could smell it. And I told her, I said, and I was trying to be nice. I said, look, when you got on the truck, I told you, this area up here at night, curtain can be pulled. You come out the bunk, you go, do what you do, clean up after yourself, however you want to do it. But if it spills, you need to wash it, and you're going to pay to wash it because you need to be responsible for your personal stuff. I said, this ain't hard. I said, now, I don't know if you tinkling up there, but I'm smelling urine in this truck. I've done the same method I've done in this company and others, and I ain't never smelled no urine in my truck, okay? I said, because I have a certain methodology to how I do what I do and how to maintain cleanliness and hygiene in a unique, almost camping-like situation. I said, now, I don't know if it's you, but if it is, you need to make it right. I said, now, we're going to get a 34-hour reset. I'm going to go ahead and wash all the rugs in case it's that. But I'm smelling this back in the bunk. It was a strong urine smell. I ain't spilled nothing. And this is more than just a rug. It's almost like she either spilled it, Something happened. I don't know. Anyway, good thing on the top bunk, what I did is I did a Walmart cover that's plastic, and I did another cover over the top. So easily wipe offable or washable, so I'm not worried about that, and just wipe it off. I can tell you after that conversation, all of a sudden the smell disappeared. So she peeing somehow at the top bunk. And I can feel when you come down if you have to pee. Like, she did it for the first couple of days, then all of a sudden she wasn't coming out the bunk. You skinnier than me. If I can get up in the middle of the night and walk up to the front and pull a curtain and tinkle, you can too, okay? Number one issue. This is going to be a long video, y'all. Number two issue. Initially, what I did is we had a load in Phoenix, we Shamrock load, and we headed from Phoenix. It was going to go into Colorado, Denver area. So initially, I let her drive out. I drove to get there because we're running behind. Got to the shipper on time, just barely on time. Then we swapped seats, and she was originally going to do the back. Well, her signature back is a 90. When I say signature, I mean that's the back that I can tell. Usually we all go to our back is comfortable for us. And so her signature back is a 90, okay? So I didn't say anything. I was like, okay. She couldn't get it in there. She couldn't figure it out, in the hole. So I went in and showed her what was called kind of a semi-close quarterback, what she's going to be tested on. And I put it in the hole, and then we adjusted the tandems, and boop-de-boop-de-boop. We got loaded. Readjusted tandems back. Then I let her drive from where we at to Love so we could scale the load. We scaled the load, got a scale ticket, got something to drink, went to the bathroom, and I told her, you're driving the mountains. Now, my home state of Arizona is nothing like California, nothing like Illinois, nothing like, even Denver is probably busier than usually Phoenix is. Phoenix is busy, though. Don't get it twisted. We do get traffic. So I go ahead. I don't say nothing to her. And she drives, and she does okay. She's overcompensating for the trailer swing. And I knew she was overcompensating for the trailer swing. I wonder if that's my trailer. Did they move it? I think that's my reefer. They probably moved it. I'll go find it later. She's overcompensating for the trailer swing, which I could tell she was doing. So at this point, I really don't, I don't say too much to her, nothing bad. I just knew that they were overcompensating. She was overcompensating for the trailer swing. And I just told her, I said, we're going to work on some things. So she goes to drive out of here. I tell her, we're going to have some mountains we're going through because we got to go through Flagstaff, drop it into New Mexico. She's slow. Oh, slow. And it's because, A, she's nervous. She's getting used to the truck. And I knew that the first week. I was nervous too. Wasn't as slow as she is, but she's slow. So, turn around and, I let her drive, and I could tell she's scared to death going through Flagstaff. So she's scared of mountains too. Leans, curves, downgrades, totally scared. So she's slow as Hades going through there. So I had to pick up the last part of it and get us to Holbrook, Arizona. Got us to Holbrook. We parked for the night and then started out. And then I noticed she's scared. So we get all the way into Colorado. We get to a mountain called Raton. Raton is a small mountain. So the Rockies stretch a long distance. But we call the Rockies usually when you drive that major part right out of Denver. But the Rockies stretch all the way further down. So we're going through Raton, which is okay. It's a little mountain, not huge. We're on an incline going up, and traffic is, there's a construction zone. So all of a sudden traffic comes to a stop, and she stopped on the incline. Okay? For whatever reason, I don't know what the company, trucking school, didn't teach her, because it was beating to me when I was training with my trucking company, AIT. We went up and down on freeways so much, I knew how to move from that brake to that pedal swiftly. When I did it, a manual was easy because you could hold a clutch but I knew how to move that, boom, and not let that truck roll back. And we were told, don't you ever let the truck roll back, because you roll back over a car, you roll back into another vehicle, and that's a preventable accident. So all of a sudden, the truck is rolling back. I said, whoa, 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 get your foot on the brake. I said, honey, you got to come from that brake to that fuel quickly. She couldn't do it. She wasn't giving enough fuel, so the truck is rolling back. Had to pop the yellow, I said, get out the seat. I switched the logs like that, jumped in the seat, and hazard zone, did everything I needed to do, got everything adjusted, and started driving the truck. Then had to drive down the mountain. Scared death of curves. Got to the truck stop, went to the bathroom. There's a little truck stop right before the scale house, which you will have to go through the scale in Raton. Went to the scale house and let her drive to the scale house, but then just kind of observed. So the route that we took, we ended up going through. We had to go into Denver. And that route into Denver is kind of hilly and curvy, and it was a good practice ground for her to build her confidence level. And her confidence is really bad. Well, she was scared and fearful, and we'll get to that in a minute. She's major Christian, and I love Lord too, but she's a Bible-quoting Christian, very rigid in a box, okay? We'll talk about that later. So when I told her she was scared, the next day she quoted to me about not having a spirit of fear and demons and all that other stuff, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So we had to roll down the mountain, Fiasco. Not far, just, a little bit. Then, when she started getting to where we got into Denver, she was not assertive enough to move the truck over to switch lanes in rush hour traffic. So there was a part where I told her, put your blinkers on, and this man was going to let her in, another commercial truck, not a CMV, not like this kind of vehicle, but like a work truck, like a mechanic's truck or something like that. Like maybe, he went out and, like the guys who come and fix your tires from Love's, one of those type of trucks. So, this woman, we go to, what's the name of this place? We're in Denver, and we need to get to we need to deliver our load. And so, I think I let her drive it over. She drove it over, but then when we were driving back, we hit rush hour traffic. Guy's gonna let her in. She gonna be waving. I said, what are you doing? I'm thanking him. I said, girl, if you don't put this truck in that lane and thank him with some lights. So then people started swerving around her because she's scared to move. And I'm like, next thing I know, it's just a hot mess. But anyway, finally got her out that situation, getting ready to go to the terminal. She first of all changes lanes in the middle of an intersection. Never do that. Gets into the wrong lane instead of waiting. Had she waited to go through the intersection, we would have seen where she was supposed to actually connect to. Anyway, doesn't end up in the wrong lane, and we end up totally stopped in the freeway in Denver. Had to get her out the seat, hazard zone, jump in the seat, get the truck out the area, detour because she's in the wrong area, get the detour done, get back to the terminal, and then I realized she's too skittish. I can't have her drive a major city because she's an accident waiting to happen. There's nothing wrong with being cautious. Sorry, my foot is killing me up. But being overly cautious is dangerous in this industry, okay? You got to be able to sometimes make split decisions. And you can't wait 5 days, 2 months, and 8 years. You got to make that decision and move that truck. That's something she couldn't do. Hot mess, this baby. Hot mess. So she didn't do that. Okay? So I realized I'm gonna have to have her only drive the country areas. I'm gonna have to do the major cities. She can't do it because it's a safety issue. So then we got into the backing. Okay? Get into the backing. She could back. I mean, she understands. When I say she could back, I'm not saying she's the best backer in the world. To me, you can back when you understand the concepts of backing a trailer. You understand how the trailer swings to get it into the hole. Take some practice to finesse it and become so good you can just do it. But she could back as far as that. But her signature back was a 90. Everything she went to was always a 90. So she did her first back. Did fine. Took her some time. Got it in the hole. We had to work on her backing into a dock door because she backs a little too hard. So she didn't know how to finesse the fuel pedal. So she did her first little back. I was happy that she just backed, that she understood it, and she did really good. So then I was like, I'm very happy you can do this. Boom, 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 boom. So the next back she did, we were going to be in, well, we did several. But whenever she would go to back, and I would say, look at this situation, boop-de-boop this, boop-de-boop that, she would turn around and say to me, I'll figure it out, Shannon. I'll figure it out. It was basically, you're dismissed. I don't want your help. I don't want your suggestions on anything. And even if you try to make a suggestion or explain, she was going to do it her way. So Lady B was about very much, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it my way. Okay? So when I realized after several backs that that's how she would always tell me, I'll figure it out, Shannon. Basically, get away from me. I didn't say nothing. I was going, okay. So finally, I figured I'm going to let you keep figuring it out. But figuring it out was taking us up to an hour because she would do it in not the best way. And then the next thing you know, you're trying to redo things and undo things and fix broken. And if you would have just listened, we probably would have been done in like 15, 20 minutes. So, if that. We get to Illinois. And we get to Shipper, and I'm just jumping some of this. Go to Jewel, actually, in Melrose Park, Illinois. I think that's the name of the place. It's Jewel. We get there, East Chicago. And we check in. The whole rescheduling, y'all see the video and reschedule, that's the video. So she's with me, and she's going to do the backing, all that. She didn't drive in. I drove in through Chicago. And the next thing I know, she's trying to do this back, and I told her, I said, well, no, excuse me. We get to 16. We get to the Shipper, and we check in. There was some drama with that, and then they told us to go to door 16B to take the paperwork in. She thought 16B was where we were backing in, but either way, she don't listen. So when we got there, I'm trying to tell her, I'm saying, do you see this? Do you see what's going on here? And I want her to look and observe, because when you pull up to somewhere, especially on the East Coast or Mid-East where it's tight, you always want to assess your situation. Even here in California, I assess it before I drive into it to see that it is going to actually work, okay? She turns around and she sees 16B, and there's 16B. So she's telling us, basically go down there. I said, I understand that 16B, but we need to find out where you're parking. Oh, we can just park at 16B. We can park 16. I said, no, you can't park 16B. Yes, it's right there. It's right there. I said, okay, drive down there. So she went to 16B, drove down, and I said, and I'm pissed because, you totally wasted our time because that's all she talked about. I said, look, that's the word I want to use. 16B is where we take the paperwork in. But even if it was the dock door, your first problem is you didn't handle this right. The first problem is that you should have woke up, looked at the scene, what you were driving into or what you were going to. I said, I would have parked the truck on the end, walked down, and looked at where I'm supposed to be docking. You didn't do any of that, okay? She didn't do any of that. I told her, you did none of that. Instead, you done drove all the way down here. I said, let me tell you, you need to work smarter, not harder. I said, the first thing to do was assess the situation. The reason I asked you, do you see what I see, is because I had assessed that this was not a good situation we were driving into. It was a blind side, close quarterback, and the parking was on the sight side, close quarterback. You screwed all the way around, but there was a big old section where there were no trailers, no tractors, where you could have good pull-up room and back into a section. On that note, I'm going to tell you more in a minute. I'm trying to make it quick because I did one when I came in and I got tired and I just had to stop because I started getting sleepy. I dropped the student here off at my yard. Here's what happened. We had to rolling down the mountain backwards on the Tone Pass. She came to a construction zone, stopped, and she couldn't get it back into gear to go up, which is automatic truck. I don't understand. Because all you gotta do is come from the brake to the pedal and push the pedal at least halfway, and it'll keep the truck elevated, and if you push it to the floor, it'll take off. She couldn't do that. So I knew I couldn't let her drive me in big mountains because we'd probably be off the mountain dead talking to Jesus. Then she couldn't get over in the lane, and she gonna be waving at the guy to thank him when he trying to let her, girl, if you don't get this truck over. Anyway, she couldn't get the truck over, didn't have the assertiveness to get over in Denver. Ain't no way in hell you can drive me in LA, Illinois, Chicago. So that was one. So I still try to work with her because, in my opinion, she wants to do the job. She just wants to do it her way. And she's very, very scared and skittish. She's overly cautious. The other thing is, when they get on my truck, I talk to them about cell phone usage. And I told her that, you know, there's no cell phone usage while she's here. And like typical students, they want to try to talk me into, oh, I just want to listen to my music. I have Sirius satellite radio. What genres do you listen to? That's what you're going to listen to. You're not going to listen to your cell phone. No, you're not. It was straight insanity. What else? The other thing, so the cell phone is really what was the head of things for us. Also, I had made it so you could tinkle up front, and I put a little rug down, you come up with your cup or whatever, do your business, and in the morning you empty it. She brought some bucket or whatever. I don't care how you do it, just don't spill no piss in the truck. Well, this chick, the first couple of nights, she came down and used it in here in the front where I had it set up. Then all of a sudden I didn't see her coming down. Like, what the hell you mean you're not coming down? Then we went on, it wasn't even a week, I started smelling piss. This chick was peeing, I think, in the top bunk in her bucket, and I think it spilled. So I had to have a come to Jesus meeting. I said, look, I don't know, because I couldn't prove it, but I'm pretty sure because I could smell it all back in the bunk area. I said, I don't know if you're doing what I think you're doing, but if you are, it needs to stop. I have set it up so that as a woman, if you need to come up here, it's a necessary evil of trucking, and you have to pee because we're not in a place where you can pee, or it's too late to be walking in this freaking truck stop where you can do this in the front of this truck. All you got to do is get your lazy behind out the bed and come down here and do it. She was skinny, I mean, real thin. She didn't want to come down each time because she drank so much water. She drank water all the time. Right before she peed, she drank a ton of water. Ate fruit, drank water. So I said, look, if you want to do, you know, you're going to have to come down here. That's why I have this set up. If you spill, we have some rugs that are washable. I don't want to smell urine back here in this bunk. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding why I'm smelling piss back in this damn bunk. Okay? Because that's not where we should be smelling it. All of a sudden, the urine smell virtually went away. So she did something and cleaned it up. I got in here and did on a 34-hour reset in Illinois, I did a clean. I washed every rug. I scrubbed down the floors. I can't. I don't like, I have a problem with smelly trucks. I don't like pissy, smelly trucks. Okay? Well, lo and behold, finally, if they sent this to me. Okay. Finally, lo and behold, we get to the Rockies, and I tell her, I said, look, you know, I get up in the morning, I said, look, we're here at the Rockies. I won't be driving it. You won't be driving this. Because after sliding down Watona, I think sure can't have you drive Rockies. So I said, you won't be driving this, but what I want you to do is observe how I drive it. I said, now, when you got on the truck, I had a come to Jesus meeting with you about use of your cell phone. I said, now, you don't use it while you drive, but as soon as you're out the driver's seat and you're in the on duty in the passenger seat, you're constantly on your phone. You're not paying attention to crap that I'm doing. You're not paying attention to, I said, there's a lot you can learn from either watching me and or watching the other trucks on the road. But you're up here on your phone, which we had to talk about. I said, so on this particular drive, especially, I don't want to see that cell phone. I said, I want you to pay attention to what we're doing, and I want you to, you know, so that you understand how to drive a big mountain, okay, and how I drive it. Now, when you get in your own truck, if you decide you want to drive it differently than how I drive it, that's on you. But while you're in this truck, this is how we're going to do it. So I said, I'm getting ready to go to the bathroom, get me some breakfast. We've got about an hour and a half. We need to be ready within that time frame. We'll come out, we'll do a pre-trip of the truck. I got to fill up the fluids. I always do a really thorough pre-trip right before a mountain, because that's where some really bad crap could happen, especially on big grades. So, Chickie, this crazy chick, she turns around and she, sure you got it. Okay. She turns around and she goes, what did she do? It was something weird she did. Oh, we pre-tripped the truck outside the truck. We're not even on duty status on the Qualcomm yet. We pre-tripped the truck. I fill up the fluids. We do everything. She does it with me. We get back in. Oh, excuse me. Before we do that, because she also was, I want to do things my way. So anytime I'd ask her, did she need to understand about that? I'll figure it out. She's from Nigeria. I'll figure it out. She didn't ask. She wanted no help. Okay. Only question she asked me was about bringing a used truck over here to Swift, because she wants to own her own business and wants to make a lot of money, because she ran into some other African dude who told her he made like $160,000. Okay. I'm like, you gotta talk to somebody else about that. My goal is to get you trained. I can't answer those questions. I send her some links for some professional people of color sites. Hey, she's special. So, constantly ate fruit. Oh, and let me back up. She started getting more comfortable with the truck, and we were coming out of Cargill in Nebraska. Y'all, this is a commercial vehicle. This is what this chick did. You see these two hands? We rolling about 3 to 5 miles an hour. She take both her hands off the steering wheel, lean back while the truck is moving, get some fruit out her bag. I said, what the hell are you doing? I'm getting fruit. I said, dude, the truck is moving. Your hands ain't on the damn wheel. Y'all, when we only going 3 miles an hour, I don't give a damn if it's going 0 miles an hour and rolling. Anytime this truck is in emotional status, you need to have control of this vehicle at all times. Minimum one hand on the steering wheel. And if we talk to safety, they're going to tell you both hands on the steering wheel. Well, I didn't tell her that yet. So she's going to say, so she's going to try to argue. I said, no, we ain't going to argue about this. I'm not going to argue with you. When we get to a terminal, you can have a conversation with them, safety, and ask them about your philosophy of taking your hands off the wheel while this damn truck is moving. Crazy as hell. So then she turned around, and we get there. We do the pre-trip in the Rockies. I'm not in the Rockies. This is our last trip together, because after that, I didn't let her drive the truck. We're at the edge of the Rockies. We're at Wheat Ridge, which is Denver area, right before you enter the Rockies. We slept there overnight at the TA. We fueled there and slept there. Okay? No. We slept there. We didn't fuel there. We get there. I park. We go to bunk. We go take a shower. Go to bunk. And all students, I don't know what it is with y'all in some damn showers. And when I say I need a shower, I didn't argue with my trainers. My trainer said, hey, Shannon, we're going to take a shower at this time. I got my ass up out that truck and took that shower at the time I was supposed to take that damn shower. I didn't argue with them like, oh, I'm tired. Can I take my shower later? No. Wash your assets when your trainer says wash your assets. It ain't convenient for, I want to take my shower before I go to bed. That's how I sleep best. This trucking, baby. Hold on, y'all. I'm picking up an empty. This trucking. You gotta take your shower when you can take your damn shower. So we took the shower finally. She's like, I'll take, because I told her, if you don't take a shower now, you're gonna pay for it, because this is the free shower. So you do what you want to do, But you will wash your butt sometime within a certain time because I don't want to smell you. Okay? So then, the next morning I had to come to Jesus meeting about the cell phone. We get in the truck after doing the pre-trip. I call 511. First thing she do, pick up her cell phone. I just told your ass about the cell phone. Okay? God forgive me, I'm getting real. She picked up her cell phone and started messing with it. I let 511 play and I'm having it on speaker. This is what they say on 511. Basically, they telling us we're getting ready to drive up into the Rockies. There's a vehicle fire. I'm going to put pictures of it. I got pictures of the fire, okay? Of the aftermath. That we're driving up into a vehicle fire. There was a vehicle fire, okay? And that traffic is backed up. I let it continue until it was done. I ended it. I said, Lady B, what did this say? Okay. She's like, I said, what did I just do? You call 511. I said, okay. What did he say? I don't know. Okay. The reason she didn't know is because she was playing with her phone. I said, you know the reason you don't know? Because you did exactly what I asked you not to do this morning. You picked up your phone and started screwing with your phone. You didn't hear that this thing had to say. I said, and then she gonna argue. Well, Shannon, you need to provide clearer instructions because we weren't on duty on the Qualcomm. I said, oh, you getting ready to get smart. We just pre-tripped this truck not on duty. You know that when we get back, you know we pre-tripped this truck to be on duty. Okay, you know that. You already know that's what we do. Okay, so let me help you out. Let me help you real quick. We're done. And she'll argue. I said, I'm going to get you. I said, we're done. I'm done. I don't hear anything else you got to say. I said, because you're done. We're done. At that point, with her sitting in the seat, I contacted her driver service coordinator. I contacted a CC to mine. Told him she'll be coming off the truck in Europa. And then I let her know what the time, because she didn't know yet. She thought I was playing. I'm not playing. I asked, you going to sit here. A, you don't ask questions. B, I'm going to figure it out. This ain't some crap you just figure out. You know, there's certain aspects of it you blend what you learn, but you don't just up and figure out driving this big ass truck. You do not. And you know, roll down the mountain. I'm trying to be dealing with you. I asked you to do something. You do. I don't know what it is, but just I'm gonna do it my damn way. And I'm trying to be nice. Now she'll probably need to get a trainer. They're gonna give her another shot, but I know they're gonna be watching because I sent documents. Now you either gonna get a trainer who just gonna run you for the miles and you ain't gonna pass nothing, or B, you gonna get somebody and you gonna do the same thing, or C, you gonna try to act right this time because you realize you screwed up over here. I don't know what it is, but it was very much, she was special. She's special, and I felt bad at first. That's why it took me a long time to do this video, because I was feeling really bad about it. But it's like God sent me 3 confirmations. One, my father said to me, and not to knock, that it may be cultural. Some people who are from Africa feel that they're better than blacks here in America because they're more pure, and they look at us, they look down on us, okay? Because we've been intermingled. Could be that, okay? B, I ran into another guy. He said to me when I told him, he said, I didn't get the words out of my mouth what she did. I said, yeah, I just had this lady on there. She's from Nigeria. Said I did everything I could try to help the lady. I said the lady wouldn't listen. And she'd been here in the country 20 years. So it's not because she didn't understand. She ran management at a bank. So we worked at one of the same banks. I didn't know her at that bank, but she worked for the same company. It's not that you understand. You've been here in America 20 years. You understand what the hell you're doing. And he told me, he said, I hate to say this, he said, I don't mean to be, you know, and he's a black guy. He said, a lot of Nigerians, they don't want to listen. He said they act like they know it all. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's kind of what I was dealing with. Now, I don't know, that might be a broad scope, but it was kind of like, okay, because she came out very much as a know-it-all. Then the last thing was, I ran into a guy when I was at Costco, and I was having a hard time back because I was so tired after dealing with her, and I had to deliver the load the next day. I only dealt with part of it. I couldn't do it the last 2 stops, so I was like, I'm done. But, and I did something real with my knee because I stepped funky at Costco and my knee's been bugging me, so I've been working on trying to get it back. But this lady, I turned around, and what I did is I ran into this guy, and he said to me, he said, and it was funny because I said, yeah, I just had this lady that drop off. I said, man, she rolled backwards on a ton. I didn't finish the statement. He said, well, yeah, you can't drive, you can't sleep behind her. He said, because you would have been looking at your body and your next conversation would have been talking to Jesus. 3 confirmations. I said, okay, God, thank you. I got over my bad feeling. I got feedback from the company because she gets to write a statement. I write a statement. My statement was long, but I had written I had like 2-page statement of everything. But I had been sending them reports all along. So I'm the trainer. I send reports almost weekly, and they basically said send them as many times as you want. Thank you for the information. We appreciate what you're doing. We have to give you this feedback, but we like the information you send us. Keep doing that. So that much is what I did. They gave me feedback from what she said, which some of it was all BS in my opinion, but it's okay. She had to defend her position, which basically her defense was, I want to do what the hell I want to do. That's what it basically was. And I laughed when they were telling it to me. Not, you know, she said I didn't let her ask questions. Every time I asked her, she need help. Did she have any questions? She told me, I'll figure it out. Shannon, don't figure it out. I wrote that in my statement. I don't know what else to tell you. Then she said I ran a very strict truck. Yes, I do. And if you don't like it, you can get the hell off. I'm sorry. I run the way I run because, knock on wood, God, I haven't had any accidents. I'm not trying to. So, you know, I ain't perfect and an accident could happen. I'm just praying that it don't. But, you know, you don't like it, get your ass off. Anyway, y'all, that's the story of Lady B. I got a guy I'm picking up today. I gotta go wash his trailer out and go get some load locks. Picking up him today. And gonna go from there. Anyway, y'all, 2 and 2, be blessed. All right, I want to say this to you. If the next student don't work out, what y'all gonna see next is gonna be what you're gonna see in this picture in the end, and that's gonna be my co-pilot sitting in the right seat. That's what's gonna happen next. So this last dude, if it's crazy, we done with the training, and my co-pilot is gonna be what you're gonna see here on this next picture. Y'all tell me what you think.